on this controversy with the doctor's name
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened like this week. Um, if I remember correctly, I think it was basically I don't remember his name originally, but they from the article I read, it was the audience, or I guess the Chinese people that read My Hero, interpreted it as a reference to some Japanese division that was doing like human experimentation back in World War II, and they found it offensive. So,
Oh, so like he was,
uh
they named him after, I believe, like a famous like doctor who was
was
experimenting
doing
with
that.
people in World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So either way, there was some outrage about it. I think he ended up changing the name. I don't know if they called his name out in this chapter. I don't remember correctly, but he might have changed the name and he like issued an apology. Uh, how do y'all feel about it? I guess is the question.
I mean, I get you. Like that'd be like, I feel like some things definitely got to be off limits. Like you never see anybody reusing the name Hitler, like ever. You know
True.
what I'm saying? And that's because we put that respect. Like, nah, it is too wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that people don't, really know, at least Western people don't really know, is that like, Japan was committing some atrocities out there
Yeah.
in
That
China.
is true.
And
Like,
Japan and China have real issues. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
real
I'm just
issues.
like, hey, if they basically tell me, nah, that's dead, I gotta just side with them and say, yeah, you know what, it's dead,
Right.
bro.
Yeah.
That's a good. I mean, it's an understandable situation. They
Facts.
voiced their concerns. Homie pretty much responded, at least from what I know, accordingly. Changed the name, sent out the apology. Obviously, he's still going to get a bit of backlash, but I mean, that comes as soon as the first claim gets shot out, so it's understandable.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like, in a sense, it's like I'm not sure. I'm not sure entirely if it was on purpose. I feel like considering like the similarities that it probably was, but I don't think he meant any negativity behind it. Negativity in the sense that's like I don't think he did it to
So,
stir up the public.
yeah, or like mock them.
Right.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Um,
I think he did it to like, hey, like this doctor is
Right.
that
Is
evil,
evil.
you know?
Yeah. And that was my thing about it. Is like I totally agree that what you both of you guys were saying, kind of that from like the Chinese perspective, like Japan is their oppressor. So like if he did something like that, I could see how they would interpret that as like, wow, you're mocking us or you're mocking this atrocity that happened to us. But at the same time, there's that other piece of it where it's like he's using the name to kind of like express the depths of evil we should feel about this doctor, even though it's like a shonen manga or whatever. It's like he really did like all these Nomus are technically like live people. You know
people.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Every time they kill them, they're killing like real people. So it's like this doctor is a monster, and then we kind of like learn about. He's been living for like a long ass time, right, or some shit like that. So
Mm.
it's like just going through the depths of evil of this person. So I like kind of see that side of it as well. But then the thing that blocks it is that I'm just like, well, Japan is kind of these people's oppressor, so it still would like it would make me feel some type of way if this was like a black white situation and it was like a white person did something like that about like a black thing. I think I would still feel some type of way. Would I like be maybe as outraged? I don't know, but I definitely would be like, I don't know. It's a sticky subject.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I say. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't know until it happened. So that's why I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take their word for it. If
Yeah,
it's
Right.
offensive, it's just a name, and so I'm like, I'm okay with it being changed, to something
right.
else.
Sure.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like in the end of the day, it's really just about the name itself, and they weren't asking to actually change the content of like the actual like actions of
Yeah.
them.
I mean,
So
honestly, I still call him by his fake name Ujiko. So like, you know.
Be real talk. I didn't even know what his name was at all. Like, period. I didn't know what his old name was. I didn't know what his new name was. I was like, oh, Buddy had a name. I just thought he was that doctor with the mustache, like Mr. Clean Uncle or some shit.
Actually, low key, he kind of looked like the Sonic villain. I can't think of.
Oh, facts. Dr. Eggman. 100%.
I can't see.
With all
Actually,
the
that's a good
American
point. Like a side note, I gotta go see Sonic. Fuck.